over coffee. I am your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, and I am on my coffee break. Let's have a nice noisy slurp right here. Let's do it. Come on. Oh, yeah, that was some good coffee slurping. Great internet audio right there. Friends, I hope that you didn't miss me too much yesterday. It was my day off because it was a holiday. Many of you may have been celebrating Memorial Day here in the United States. My wife and I, off-screen wife and I, hello, off-screen wife, wherever you are actually right now. We were celebrating a made-up holiday of our own. Maymas. Bear with me on this. Christmas in May. And since yesterday was May 25th, we figured what better day to do it than then? Because time no longer has meaning. Yes, all right. But I do hope that wherever you celebrated the holiday, however you celebrated the holiday, you had a good time. It's currently 86 degrees right here, a mere 2 weeks after it was snowing and freezing. Because I live in upstate New York, so why not? But I do hope you're having a good time. And you're going to enjoy today's guest. It's going to be amazing, an amazing, wonderful show. She is phenomenal. She might set things on fire for us. I don't know. Do you know? You don't know. She might. And that's the important thing. And I hope that you engage with us today, that you take part in those comments. Ugh, easy for me to say. That you take part in those comments and let us know where and how you're watching. And I also hope that you're watching over on YouTube, youtube.com/c/Shakespeare, because I'm not just on Facebook, I am also on YouTube. So there's the link for that, youtube.com/c/Shakespeare, right there on your screen. Go and check that out. And of course, if you would like to support the show, you'd like to support me, your friendly neighborhood Shakespeare, you can, of course, buy me a cup of coffee at coffee.com/Shakespeare, or go over to Patreon, patreon.com/Shakespeare. Become my patron, become a patron of the arts, and help me out. But that being said, friends, enough about me. Let's talk about me. No, let's talk about our guest. We are going to be introduced to our guest through a very special video. Ooh, yes, she was kind enough to provide us an introductory video, something I really should do myself, but I'm lazy? I don't know. She is not lazy. She is one of the hardest working performers I've ever met in my life. Christina Jarin, Adamo Ignis. Let's fall in love with flame together.
I like doing that one because I look at the kids and they're all like, what I'm about to do is put my lifeblood in danger by walking up the sharp edges of the blade. Not a good role model. Thank you.
Oh my goodness, oh my goodness, oh my goodness. That was amazing. And now, my friends, let us welcome to the coffee break Raise your cups high for our special guest. Oh, goodness gracious, I have something crazy starting on my screen. Oh, goodness. For our guest, Adamo Ignis.
Hello,
Oh my God, I
hello,
love it.
everyone. Hello,
Oh,
Shakespeare.
hello. Now, Christine, what are you drinking today? What type of coffee or whatever do you have right now?
Uh, coffee. The
All
kind
right.
that was in my cabinet, but not labeled. So,
Nice.
but
Very
it's
nice.
good.
Very
I'm
nice.
actually not usually a huge coffee drinker. I'm a little sensitive to caffeine, so we can start the timer on how long it takes me to get tweaked out a little bit. Yeah.
All right. We are currently 5 minutes and 45 seconds into this broadcast. We will see. All right.
Great. But
Set your
I
timers,
believe,
friends. Tweak and Christine. All right.
oh yeah. But I believe the tradition is to slurp, right? So
Mm. Yeah,
I'll
slurp
go
it. Get
ahead
one.
and get
Get
one
one
of
good
those
noisy
going
slurp
on.
in there. Ah, yes, that's fantastic.
Whew.
Oh,
That was satisfying.
oh, well done. And Stephen Eldridge is saying that Shakespeare and Adamo Ignis together, a great way to spend the coffee break time. So huzzah, Steve. Huzzah. Well done.
Huzzah, Steve. Thank
Uh,
you.
and Lady Prudence, Catherine Lyons, Cat is saying, here's an iced coffee to your health and to yours, my friend. So
Oh,
you, according to that video, do a lot of traveling.
I do. I mean, as much as I can. I love to travel. I love to be on the road. So, as many fairs as I can do, or private shows that get me moving, get me
Hmm.
traveling, get me seeing the beautiful country that we live in, I'll do it. So,
Wonderful. And so, what is the furthest away festival from you that you perform? Because you live in Pennsylvania, right?
I do. Home base is Philadelphia right
All
now,
right.
but I travel up to Maine. I've done Georgia. I've been in Florida with Kudu in the past,
Hmm.
and all the way out to Ohio, and mostly like East Coast and middle of the country, but ever pushing outward and expanding my territory.
Oh, wonderful. Yeah. So, if assuming, for the sake of argument for the moment, that the Louisiana Festival happens this fall in November, we must get you down there at some point.
Oh, I
So,
would love that.
that is a wonderful show. We need to get you there.
If any of you are in Louisiana, make sure you ask for Adamo Ignis for your fire and danger needs.
Oh, yes. She will set stuff ablaze and then walk on knives for you
So
because
much
she's
stuff.
insane. What? So seriously, what is wrong with you? I mean, you just like, I'm just gonna set things on fire. I'm gonna lay on a bed of nails. I'm gonna walk on swords. I mean, like, yeah, like what? Why?
The multiple why. I love
Yes,
it.
why?
I like to blame my parents, which is, that's a
Don't we all?
classic. That's a classic response. But honestly, when I was a child, my parents and grandparents took me to so many different shows, the circus, the zoo. A lot of my like VHS tapes when I was a kid were circus shows and musical performances and things like that. So from a really young age, I wanted to perform, and I was exposed to a lot of the more dangerous, risky types of performances. So whenever my mom tries to run away from my show because she doesn't want to watch me climb the ladder of swords, I always call out and remind her that, it's all the stuff you're exposed to when you're a kid.
Our parents getting us involved with our careers from an early age.
Absolutely.
And so, when did you first start doing the danger work? Like, how did you officially, professionally get involved with it all?
Well, I knew I wanted to perform when I was young, so I started acting and I started doing things, in school, like you do, after school programs and stuff. But I visited the Renaissance Fair for the first time when I was in 6th grade, so I was 11, and we were studying some Shakespeare stuff. So, of course, you go to the Renaissance Fair.
Yes, of course.
And walking in was like a light bulb turning on. And I was always kind of a nerdy kid. I loved Lord of the Rings. I love Dungeons and Dragons and things like that. Loads of fantasy books. I have a ton
Oh, we're
of
going to talk about that stuff. We're going to talk about that. Don't worry. We're going to have
yeah.
nerd chat.
But walking into the fair, it was like, oh my gosh, this is my tribe. These are my people. I belong here. So as soon as I could, I got on the cast at the Renaissance Fair, and I started meeting people from all over the world, many different types of performers. You know, you have the acrobats and the swords and the fire and the dancing and all of that stuff. And as soon as I could, I got involved in one of those shows and just kept learning and learning. And then I started my own show actually when I was 18. So Adamo Ignis has existed for my entire adult life. It's pretty awesome. It's really a part of me.
That is amazing. Yes, for me, Shakespeare. Well, my version of Shakespeare. I mean, Shakespeare's existed for 400 years, but my version of Shakespeare has existed for nearly my entire adult life. So yes, I'm there with you. Bravo, my friend. Yes. And I remember you. I think you were about 18 years old. My first year as Shakespeare. So
well, I guess it was around that time.
Yeah. You yes, and you were just a phenomenal performer even then at a very young and tender age, and now at your slightly less tender age, you are still being cracking smart with it all everywhere.
I'm flattered. You're gonna make me blush.
Oh, no, let's not do it. But yes, no, totally do it. No, it's fine. All right. But we have some wonderful comments coming in on different places right now. Arnold Smith said he saw you at Great Lakes, but he hasn't seen you there in a couple of years. Do you still do Great Lakes Show?
I unfortunately have not been at Great Lakes in a couple of years, but I do miss it terribly. I would love to return. You know, if you miss me, the best I can say is just let them know. The fairs really listen to input from people who come to enjoy the fairs. So if there's an act that you love, always be vocal that you love them, whether it's me or anybody else. That way they can continue to come and see you and entertain you.
Excellent. Wow. Wonderful. And Sally says she has done a bed of nails, but has never walked on swords. So.
Well, you're part of the way there. The pain tolerance thing.
Oh yeah, no.
You're a step ahead of the game.
No, I always joke I'm allergic to pain, but I literally break out in hives when I start thinking about something hurting. So.
I mean, I don't like being in pain either.
And yet.
Yeah, it's funny. Like, I can be a little bit of a baby. Like, if I know that something could cause me like serious harm, it's I don't know what it is. It's calculated risk, I think.
All right.
You know, knowing how to do something the right way, practicing it a lot under the right kind of teacher, it all matters. But there are some things, you know, sword swallowing, that's one that's a little bit too dangerous for my taste.
Oh, all right. Yes. And there's, I think, enough sword swallowers in this world to freak us out enough.
That's fair. That's true.
Well, we're going to continue this conversation in just a few moments. But first, Shakespeare's got to go off and pay some bills. So, Christine of Adamo Ignis, stick around for a moment, and we will come back here in just a few ticks. 3 shakes of a lamb's tail, let's say.
Yes, pay those bills.
All right, let's go and pay some bills. Reminder, friends, that Shakespeare's Coffee Break is brought to you by Hill Storage and Rigging Company in Middletown, Pennsylvania. No job too large or too small. Enjoy the peace of mind that comes from knowing your equipment is in skilled and experienced hands, with services from their machine movers and erectors in Middletown, Pennsylvania. Established in 1967, Hill Storage and Rigging Company is a family-owned and operated full-service millwright serving industries in the Mid-Atlantic states and beyond. We are a women-owned small business. Their hours of operation are Monday through Fridays, 7 a.m. to 5 p.m. Eastern Time. Available Saturdays and Sundays by appointment only. You can call them at area code 717-944-7676. That number again is 717-944-7676. And visit them online at hillrigging.com. Thanks to Hill Storage and Rigging Company for being the sponsor of Shakespeare's Coffee Break. If you would like to become a sponsor of Shakespeare's Coffee Break, send me an email, shakespeare@shakespeareapproves.com. shakespeareapproves.com. That again is Shakespeare. Oh, sorry, let's go over it this way. Shakespeare at shakespeareapproves.com. See, when I'm looking at one part of the screen, it's actually over here. Like I would go this way. But for you, it's over here. It's over here. So yeah, so I have to go right to left, like I'm reading Russian, and that doesn't work for my brain. It's trying to teach the thing where to go. And I'd say, tech, fix it for me. Except that I'm my own tech. So there's that. That's fun and cute, right? Yes. But anyway, let's get back into our conversation with Christine Jaron of Adamo Ignis. Christine, my friend, you are back with me here on Shakespeare's Coffee Break.
Good to be back.
Oh yes. It's been it's been minutes, darling. Simply minutes since you've been gone. Now let's just have a serious question, genuinely serious question, before we get into some of the more fun, nerdy stuff. But also, let us have our ceremonial slurp.
Oh yes. All right. Here we go. I love this. It's like an ASMR video.
We'd like to welcome everyone here to the show, because we're doing ASMR now. Christine recommended it, and so we're going to talk like this.
Those videos are very popular.
I don't quite understand why.
Because they're soothing.
Oh, okay.
I mean, right now I feel so soothed by your voice.
All right. So I just want everyone to please lay down and take a nap.
Shakespeare Sleepy Time Stories.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, there was a young girl who was dressed up as a boy, and everyone thought she was a boy. But she wasn't a boy. She was a girl dressed up as a boy.
Oh my gosh. I'm so shocked I can't whisper anymore.
I can't do this anymore.
Ooh,
that was stupid. I'm sorry.
I loved it. It was great.
Oh, goodness gracious. And a lot of Facebook seems to agree that was stupid. Victoria Masters is doing a GIF of Steve Carell on The Office going. So that is a thing. All right. Oh, goodness gracious. But now, Christine, in the comments, one of our Facebook fans, Raz Linesell, said that it was announced yesterday that the Connecticut Renaissance Fair is on for this year. So, so far. So, for any plans on being at the Connecticut Fair?
Yes. In fact, that is one of my 2 events that have not been canceled yet.
Yes.
So it might be the only place you'll get to see me this year. I'm planning on being there for the first 2 weekends of the fair. So that begins on September 5th. And
Labor Day weekend, yes.
Yeah. Looking forward to it greatly, since I did not get to be there last year. I had some other things booked. But this year I'll be coming along with my violinist and my drummer, who is my brother. We're getting some family business stuff going on.
Oh my goodness gracious. Your brother's the drummer.
Yeah.
My brother the drummer. See, I feel like that could be a rhyme. And we could do it in ASMR. My brother the drummer, my brother the drummer, my brother the drummer, my brother the drummer. See, this could be big. This could be big. Jim, by the way, thinks that Shakespeare ASMR could be big. So
I think so.
Don't encourage me to do more stupid things.
Put toddlers to sleep across the country. Parents everywhere will just make your virtual tip basket overflow with love.
That would be amazing. Speaking of putting toddlers to sleep and all that, real quick, and this is a tangent, so everybody drink. Have you heard "Go to Sleep, Baby Yoda"?
No.
Oh my God! So it's as sung by Mando. Are you familiar with the Mandalorian?
Oh, absolutely.
All right.
Yes.
So it's sung from the point of view of Mando. And you know how he talks down here like this. The entire first verse of the song is down here. It's just like, hey, little buddy, that special time is here to lay down and put down your sleepy head. and then later in the song, as it raises a little bit, he starts singing for real. But it is so great. I adore this song. My wife makes me sing it. So it is so great. It is wonderful. Maybe we'll do it at the end of the show. I don't know.
mean, now my curiosity has been piqued. I mean, you can't leave me hanging like this,
Oh,
really.
can't I? Can't I? I thought I could. Yeah. Anyway, but to also answer Raz's question, am I planning on being there? Yes, I'm planning at the moment. God willing, and the creek don't rise. Assuming that the conditions are safe for us to all be there, to gather in groups larger than 10 or larger than 100, let's be honest, for a Renaissance festival. I do plan on being at the Connecticut Renaissance Fair starting the 4th weekend, I believe I'll be there. So Adamo Ignis and I won't really have crossover time. I know. We'll just have to keep seeing each other online. But I'm planning on being there for 4 or 5 weekends. I forget exactly how many, but yes, I'm planning on being there so that we can have a good time together. The show will change a little bit. I'm not going to be. It's not going to be any high five and hugs coming from me. No actual. Like I like to go out into the audience. You see my show. I like to go out into the audience, grab people, pull them in. It'll be more of you over there. Do the thing.
Right.
Don't come over here.
Stay in your 6-foot bubble and do a thing.
I might come in a bubble. I'm not going to lie. I'm considering this as an option.
I actually have I think it is like a 5 or 6 foot walking globe. So I might end up having to spend some time in there or lending it out to throw people in the bubble. We could make this happen.
Oh my God. Yeah. Well, you'll have to sanitize the inside every single time a new person gets in there. But yeah, I could do this. I could be Shakespeare the human devil.
I really want to see Shakespeare in a bubble. We can throw some like fake snow in there and turn you into a snow globe.
Oh my God. We'll do Winter's Tale.
This is it.
This is it. This is how we do it.
Magic is happening, people.
Oh my God, you are witnessing genius right now, people. You are witnessing genius. TJ, if you are watching, this is how we make Winter's Tale happen. We put me into Christine's snow globe. This is gonna happen, people. This is how we do it. This is how we do it. Oh yeah. All right. And Jim Teasdale, Jimothy to me. One of my actors in the upcoming Midsummer Night's Dream, A Gay Old Time on June 3rd, people. Go check that out. Jim says that he loves how far you have come. And from the early days of NJRF to just killing it out there on the circuit, Jim has mad respect for you.
Oh, that's so sweet, Jim. Thank you so much. My show actually got its start really at the New Jersey Renaissance Fair. It was the first season for the New Jersey Fair. It was also the first official booking for Adamo Ignis. So we have the same kind of birthday.
The New Jersey Fall Show, yes.
Yeah. Ooh, that was a while ago.
Oh, yeah. 2010. 2010 that was. Oh, it's been 10 years already. Holy smoke.
Yeah, they would have actually started their season this past weekend as well.
Yes, this would have been the 11th season. I was not going to be there this weekend. I would have been finishing my run at the Scarborough Renfest in Texas. So that would have been fun. But yes, all of us, as you probably are guessing from the trend of me bringing on a lot of Renaissance performers, friends, are missing out on doing our big shows, where a lot of us earn much of our income. So that's why we do this stuff like this and get to do some other fun activities that we're going to be talking about in a moment. But speaking of making up most of our income, Christine, right here, Adamo Ignis, she has a Venmo. If you want to go throw some money into her tip jar, Venmo at Adamo Ignis. And are you doing any live streaming fire shows or anything like that?
So I've been doing my best to create some online content. Actually, a few weeks ago, I just released a pretty awesome Beltane-inspired video. I wear like a different kind of outfit, and it's very mystical, fae, like spiritual. It's not my usual type of thing, but I did fire in the dark and got some great video. Wonderful. So you can go over to my Facebook page, just look up Adamo Ignis, and you can check out that video, and I plan on releasing a few others. Also, I will probably be doing a little something for the New Jersey Fair. They're doing their digital fair online each weekend. So keep an eye out. Maybe the final weekend, I'll have something in there.
Oh, as am I. Yes, I'm going to have a fun show there. But as Sally is saying, the virtual NJRF is a lot of fun. So yes, people are really digging that and loving it.
It
And
is. Oh my gosh, Sir Pistachio is an absolute riot.
isn't he a great host? I mean,
Yeah. Oh,
that
absolutely.
squirrel. Like, if I had 1/10 the talent of that squirrel, ah,
If I
then
had 1/10 the dexterity of that squirrel, uh,
seriously, oh
next
my
level
goodness,
show.
seriously. But before I interrupted myself, as I am wont to do on this show, Christine makes some amazing stuff, not only doing streaming shows and whatnot, but she has an Etsy store. Look at this. Look at this. So it's etsy.com/shop. Let me throw the throw the listing up here. Etsy.com/shop/Nigerian. And just some wonderful things. She makes soaps. Look at this. It's a Death Star soap. Look at the Death Star soap. Look at this. Look at this. It's a Death Star soap. Look
I'm
at this.
just getting the shop back up and running after a little bit of a hiatus. It's nice to actually have some time right now to work on things like this. But right now I have a limited selection up. I'll have more up probably by the end of the week. And I do have my Viking line of soaps for those of you that have seen me with my shop at fairs. The Blood of My Enemies soap, Burning Village, Yggdrasil. So keep an eye out because that's all going to be up there.
Oh, excellent. One of my favorite items is this right here. The is the D20 soap.
Right? Yeah, I actually
because
have one right here.
Oh yes. Oh, excellent. We're gonna make that big. We're gonna make you big. There we go. Look at that.
There we go. And it does have numbers on there. There we go. The 20 just came face up.
The 20. Right, yeah. Now I got, and so I'm not sure if you're still doing this, Christine, but I got, when I bought, rather it was bought for me, a D20 soap. Inside was a tiny D20, and it was this one right here.
Yes.
That I got from that. So it was inside. It was a special treat. So go check out Christine's shop, Etsy.com/shop/Nigerian. Get a D20. I love it. That's one of my favorite pieces. You can get the Han Solo carbonite. I'm just looking at the page right now. Han Solo and carbonite, people. You can get little owls. She also makes wonderful scrubs that I got the last time that we were all together. And
Shakespeare's natural, one of my best customers, actually.
Oh,
you and your lovely off-screen wife.
Oh, we love your stuff. It is absolutely wonderful. My favorite of your scents was eucalyptus mint, and I got a few things in that scent and flavor. I love the picture though of the natural folded leaf goat milk soap because it looks like lembas bread from Lord of the Rings.
Yes, that was the point. And when people get that, when people understand that reference, it makes my day.
Look, lembas bread. And what's this? More lembas bread.
Don't try to eat it though, it's
Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it. Oh goodness. Stephen wants to drink from he wants a drink from the skull of his enemies soap.
Well, the Blood of My Enemies soap is pretty close to that in name.
That smells delightful too. Remember
yeah, and it has scents of like dragon's blood, leather, and honey, like mead. It's one of my favorites. It's good. It's also I would say it's my best seller out of my whole shop. So that'll definitely be in the shop by the end of the week. You could check out the Viking soaps.
Oh, so great. So great. And and I just want to take a tangent here, another brief one. You had mentioned all of the fantasy books and everything on the bookshelf behind you.
Yeah.
Are you reading anything fun right now?
So I just started Wheel of Time.
Oh, how is that?
Well, I mean, I just started Wheel of Time. Like, I am maybe like 2 chapters in.
All right.
But
is it keeping your interest?
It's a slow start, but I really enjoy it. So far, I can tell that it's going to be a very deep world, and I love great world building.
Yeah.
Deep characters, really in-depth world building. That's what's going to hook me in.
Yes.
But I recently reread The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss.
Never heard of this one.
Really?
Yeah,
oh my gosh. All right. you're gonna have to read this one. Fantasy nerds out there, if you have not read The Name of the Wind, it is time. That is your new stay-at-home activity. Get that book. It's probably one of my all-time favorites at this point.
Right.
It's just beautiful. It made me cry so many times because the descriptions of music and the main character's relationship with music, it's just so beautiful, and it's just moving.
Wonderful. I love good world building like that. Another great thing, not so much in fantasy, but more in science fiction for world building, is friend of the show, Dan Wenzel, small independent author of both of our acquaintance. So go check out his latest book that he has on Amazon, my friends. Escape in Disguise. So Escape in Disguise. It's absolutely wonderful. He's a wonderful writer. Go check out his stuff over there. Go to Amazon, find it all. It's grand.
Yeah, I'm writing that down.
Yeah, do it. Do
I haven't
it.
had a chance to read any of his work, but I so enjoy him as a performer and as a person. So I got to check that out.
Wonderful. Ras says it took him 20 years to read the Wheel of Time series, most of that time waiting for the next one.
Isn't that the way of it, though? You get really into a new series and you just gobble it up, but then you run out of books and you're stuck waiting.
That was me with Harry Potter.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. I got into Harry Potter at the time of the second movie, and the fourth book hadn't come out yet. And I was like, what do you mean? And I became a very crazy, angry person.
Oh, no.
And then I was on a waiting list. And then I went to work for Barnes & Noble.
Oh, there you go. That's
So
how to get those books.
So I could get the discount.
I'll never forget when I got the Goblet of Fire as a holiday gift from my grandmother. I just disappeared for the next 2 days. Like, that was the end of anybody seeing me for the holidays. I just went into my lair with this book, and you could not get me to stop reading it for anything.
Just absolutely wonderful. I remember the first big crazy release party I was privy to was, I think, book 5. So Order of the Phoenix, and I got it, and then I had to get on a plane to go to Nevada the next morning. So I was up all night reading it, and then I was on the plane reading it, and when we were landing, I was finishing the book. And then so it was almost a speed read. And then other than rehearsals and performing at the show I was doing, it was just only reading it again, but in the pool. So it was grand. We were in Nevada.
I love that. Okay, so here's the question, though. Do you have a favorite Harry Potter book?
Favorite Harry Potter book? That's a really great question. I don't think I've ever had that asked of me before.
It's a tough one. I feel like a little bad for blindsiding you with that because, like, there's a lot to consider.
No, there so much is, but I'm doing a re-listen of the books as narrated by Jim Dale. And his Hermione is delightful, by the way. No, Harry, don't. And his McGonagall is great too. Oh goodness. Yeah, I'm gonna have to say, Half-Blood Prince is my favorite of the books.
Ooh.
Yeah, Goblet of Fire is the last happy. Is the last of happiness.
So you enjoy the death of Joy?
No. I don't enjoy the death of Joy, but it's a lot more poignant, especially knowing what's coming up. But I remember the very first time I read it, it was like, oh my God! And then in book 6, with what happens towards the end, and like, and we were all and a bunch of us were reading it in phases. We were in rehearsal at the Renaissance Fair years and years and many years ago, 15 years ago, when book 6 came out.
What?
And a friend's daughter, I think she was about 10 at the time, she because like she's just hanging out with us, but any rehearsal duties because child. She got through it first, and then she said, "Where?" And we're just talking. Where are you? Where? She goes, "I finished it." We're like, and then her mother was like, "Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. Don't tell me anything. Don't tell Shakespeare anything. Don't tell Tim anything." And I was like, "All right." And so she texts me about 11 p.m. that night. She says, "Hey, I just finished the book. When you finish it, you need to text me. I don't care what time it is. Text me." All right. Yeah. 1 a.m. because I was being stupid and not sleeping. I needed to read the book and also learn my lines and all that, but I needed to read this book. She texts me. I text her. I'm like, "I just finished it. Oh my God." And she goes, "All right, we'll meet for cocoa." And so her and her daughter, the 10 or 11-year-old, were all having cocoa in the communal kitchen. Oh my God. Oh my God.
I love that.
And the next day, we talk to Tim. "Tim, where are you in the book?" He goes, "This point. You're going to get to a point that's going to make you cry." "What? Tell me." "No, you need to get there on your own. We're just letting you know. Text or call. We'll meet you for cocoa." About 11:30 that night. Ring, ring, ring. "Hello, yes." "Shakespeare. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh, all right, Tim, meet me in the kitchen. We're going to have some cocoa." And the next day now, we're all on the same page. We're talking about it. And our director, the beautiful, wonderful Kate Ramsey, she's there like, "What's going on with you?" And we're doing dialect training. And we're like, we all just finished. And it was my very first year of Shakespeare. And it was her final year as queen. And she goes, "What's going on?" And we told her. She goes, I'm like, "Did you finish it?" "Yes." And so she declared that all of us were now in a dialect group that day together. Queen, Francis Drake's younger brother, Shakespeare, the sheriff, we're all together discussing our feelings about how
amazing.
But we're doing it in character and in dialect. So it was wonderful.
In character, in dialect support group.
But we're all weeping. And so like, "It's okay, Your Majesty, it's fine." It's one of my favorite. It's one of my and that might be why it's my favorite book, just because of the memories associated with it.
I adore that. That is wonderful.
What is yours? What's yours?
Favorite book?
Yes.
Of the Harry Potter series.
The Harry Potter saga, yeah.
Okay. I think it has to probably be Prisoner of Azkaban.
Ooh, very good choice.
Yeah, because I felt like that was the book where like it started to take that darker turn. All of the events involving Sirius Black as a prisoner, and the injustice of him being falsely imprisoned and all of that stuff. Trying to help him escape toward the end of the book, all that stuff. And of course, like Harry discovering that he has somebody that cares about him.
Yeah.
That he has family. Really touching, good stuff.
Yeah.
I loved it. That one's probably my favorite. And then second favorite is probably Order of the Phoenix. I really love all the Sirius Black stuff and his dynamic with Harry.
Yeah.
That relationship.
It's not a healthy dynamic either. It's not. But also JK points out in the book it's not a healthy dynamic.
Yeah.
She has other characters point that out, and it's fantastic. I love it. So wonderful. So wonderful. Harry Potter. J.K. Rowling, if you or Warner Brothers would like to sponsor this show, please feel free. I will do nothing except talk about your books all day.
Aww.
I love them. I love them, J.K. Rowling.
Oh, dear.
I love your books. I love them.
Shakespeare.
Some of your weird fan fiction that you've written on the Pottermore site and now Wizarding World, that's weird. But I love your books. I love them.
I think we lost them, guys.
Sorry. Tangent. Oh, goodness gracious.
Come back to us, Shakespeare.
Stephen agrees with you, Prisoner of Azkaban. And over on one of the other threads, Jeffrey, by the way, Jeffrey Burr, mutual friend of ours, saying, "Love you guys." Hello, Jeffrey. We love you too.
Oh, we love you too. Mwah.
And Lee is appreciating how we talking about our memories of the book without spoiling it for anyone who's missing out and hasn't read the series. But gotta say, been 20 years now, so
yeah, at this point it's been a while.
Go read it. Hurry up. Shakespeare's Book Club coming up next. All right. And as we are wrapping up the show here, let's talk real quick about an endeavor we are both involved with. Nat
Yes.
21 Adventures. Sunday nights. You are a Dragonborn druid.
I couldn't help myself, between the fire show and constantly making dragon references about that and plants. I have like this crazy aloe collection above me that you can't see. I just had to put my two loves together. Druid Dragonborn made all the sense in the world. It's basically just being me in a D&D game.
I love for all the episodes that we've done. You keep bringing the plants into you, like half covering you in the scene. It's fantastic.
Yes, it's great bonding time for me and my leafy babies. Just be close to each other.
Oh, it's wonderful. And you put on some serious makeup for that show too.
Yes, which has been a lot of fun getting to do some different stuff with makeup, doing the dragon scales, also getting to kind of use it as a chance to wear some really cool wardrobe pieces, some crazy dresses and jewelry. It's kind of like my own personal fashion show time.
Oh, wonderful.
So it's fun. And I love getting to play with you guys. I love D&D. I've always loved D&D. It's been such a big part of my life. Just that nerd culture, board games, all of that. So getting to share that with a lot of the people that I'm missing from not getting to do gigs this year.
Yeah.
It's been so nice to be able to look forward to that, connect with all of you guys out there. We're all just having a great time. So come and join us. It's good.
Oh, it really is. It's wonderful. And so for more information on that, we've had the banner up at the bottom of the screen, facebook.com/nat21adventures. Go hang out with Christine, her Dragonborn druid, Ayala, and myself, my dwarven barbarian, Mokendare. Mokendare!
It's just so much fun to say.
It really is. It means badger.
Really?
It's Welsh for badger.
All right. Look at you getting the meaning and the words in there.
Yeah.
I guess Moken does have some badger-like tendencies.
Yeah, I also apparently I keep adopting things, and that's becoming a meme amongst our fans. Like, oh, next time Moken adopts something, drink. Just like, does Moken adopt a skeleton? Does he adopt a robot? I mean, let's find out. And Steven also loves the Dragonborns. He's a Dragonborn paladin, it's usually what he plays. Great sword-wielding, flame-breathing tank.
Yes.
And yours turns into a spider, and I love that. That's amazing.
I just got the ability to... We turned level 3, so we have our second level spells. So I have my flame blade. So now I can breathe fire and have my fire sword. So as many flaming things as I can get in-game, that's like a personal goal of mine.
Oh my god, I'm so looking forward to seeing the flaming sword when I rejoin the show on Sunday.
Oh yeah.
Oh my god. It's going to be amazing. So that's Nat 21 Adventures, friends. Join Christine and I along with Roger Awesome of the Lords of Adventure, Mab Just Mab, and Palo Bonzo. It's a Dungeons & Dragons game where it's the only thing better than a natural 20 because it's a D21. 7 to 11, facebook.com/nat21adventures, and over at twitch.tv/Palo Bonzo. So it is a grand time, and you're going to have to join us. It's going to be grand. And Brian, producer of the Connecticut Renaissance Fair, says, "Hey guys!" So, hey Brian.
Hi Brian.
Yeah, we were talking about your show. I bet you felt your ears burning. And Brian is my co-host on my Thursday show, Talking Trek, where we talk Trek.
Amazing.
Yeah, I know.
I'm gonna have to watch some of that.
Yeah, so that's Thursdays, same time, 3:30, right here. You can go to facebook.com/Talking Trek Podcast, or just watch it here. I stream it everywhere. So go do it. Go do the thing. It's great and fun and wonderful. But Christine, thanks so much for joining us today here on the show.
Thank you so much for having me. It has been an absolute joy to get to chat with you, and it's been great to talk to you guys as well. Thanks for sending in, your questions and comments, and it's been a lot of fun. I can't wait to see you in person, hopefully at the Connecticut Fair in September. So stay good, everybody.
Your mouth to God's ears, and the creek don't rise. And also, idiots, keep exercising some social distancing and wearing masks, and don't spoil it for the rest of us. Yes. But you can follow Adamo Ignis. Go to facebook.com/Adamo Ignis. That's ADAMOIGNIS. You can find her on Instagram at Adamo Ignis. Go to her website. Can you guess it? AdamoIgnis.com. You can throw money into her digital tip jar. That's Venmo at Adamo Ignis. I am detecting a trend. And then go to her Etsy shop where you can buy really cool soaps. Facebook, Etsy.com/shop/Nigerian. So not Adamo Ignis, but it's her name instead. That's fine, I guess. That's wonderful. And join us both on Sunday night. Facebook.com/Nat21Adventures. Go do the thing. Christine, thanks so much for being on the show here today. And let's have a final ceremonial slurp of coffee here.
Yes.
All right. Oh, that is good. That is some good stuff. Friends, as we are ending the show, and Christine, stick around for a minute because you're going to want to hear this final bit. I trust you're going to love it. I trust you're going to love it. Oh, by the way, Stefan Asker Shellermean says he hopes to see us come visit him in the Landsknecht camp. So the German encampment. So we got to go visit him in Connecticut for that. But stick around for this final bit. It's going to be grand. But friends, before I get to that aforementioned final bit that is going to be amazing and wonderful, this has been Shakespeare's Coffee Break. I'm Shakespeare, and this is my coffee break. Am I on the right banner? No, that one said pre-recorded. Totally live right now. There we go. See, I need to just hide it from myself when I'm not doing the pre-recorded bits. All right. But friends, this has been Shakespeare's Coffee Break. I am Shakespeare, and this is my coffee break. I have wonderful and amazing friends and talented guests join me Mondays, Tuesdays, and Wednesdays right here, and Fridays at 5:30 for Shakespeare's Shameless Self-Promotion Happy Hour. Well, we do the exact same show, only with drinks. So that's a thing. And we also bring in live music for that. But you can support this show and just me in general by buying me a cup of coffee. Detect the theme here, just like Adamo Ignis is everywhere. Detect my theme at coffee.com/Shakespeare. That's ko-fi.com/Shakespeare. Buy me a cup of coffee, as many cups of coffee as you like. You can also commission me to write you a personalized sonnet over there. And you can also become my recurring supporter by becoming a patron of the arts. Become my patron at patreon.com/Shakespeare. Become a Patreon of the arts over there. I'm up to 43 of you now, and it's amazing and wonderful, and I feel loved. And thank you for that. Friends, this show is designed to be a little bit of normalcy in an otherwise abnormal life right now. It's be your anchor to what we thought of as reality. And that might be changing forever. We might be going back to it. I don't know. Neither do you, frankly. What we can do, though, is listen to experts. Experts who are saying, keep following the good advice. There's the sooner and more of us that follow the good advice, maintaining social distance, wearing masks while out in public near each other, the sooner we can get back to some semblance of normalcy. Until then, this is how we're doing it. And frankly, I'm okay with that. And I hope you are at home too. Because I would rather miss out an event than miss seeing you at the next one after that. I don't want to memorialize you, and I hope you don't want to memorialize me. At least not yet. Like wait a few decades. And then I want you to say really amazing stuff like, he beat up a chicken. And then my wife would be like, why did he beat up a chicken? I never heard that story. And you'd be like, yeah, I saw him do it. He punched it in the face. And she said, where was this? And she goes, it was in his backyard. She goes, why were you in our backyard? I've never seen you before in my life. You're like, no, I heard about it. I mean, I want it to be something amazing and stupid like that. Not for a dumb reason, like he didn't wear a mask and got coughed on. So be safe and be healthy. All right. And we're all going to meet again. Maybe a little bit later than sooner. But we're all going to come to each other again. And that's how this is. So I love you. You love me. There's mutual glorious affection. Like, I know you love Christine because like she's here and you are saying nothing but wonderful, positive, supportive things about her and the show. But friends, as we go out, thank you to Facebook friend Marcy Casey for throwing this up, sending me the direct link. We're going to go out with something we were talking about earlier in the show. We want you to go to sleep with some Baby Yoda. So go to sleep, go to sleep, go to sleep. Friends, enjoy. I love you. You love me. Mutual glorious affection. Have some fun and love this as much as I love you.
I'm ready.
Say no to my little high value target. All right, that's it. One song. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. My little green friend. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Can you feel it, little guy? That the time is here to close your eyes and lay down in your bed. No need to fight it. Sleep is not your enemy. The real threat is somewhere else ahead. They'll never stop pursuing us. We have to be prepared. Because I know that they all have a tracking fob. But without lots of rest, you can't recharge your magic powers. At least I think that's how it works. I just don't know. But go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. My little green friend. Go to sleep. 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 My little green friend. Go to sleep. 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 All right, song's over. Time for bed. Whoa. Nice. I like your style, kid. All right, maybe one more verse. I don't know what you are or what you're thinking, but I know that you are pretty cute. Sometimes it seems like you understand what I am saying, but then you go and touch my stuff when I say don't touch that. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. My little green friend. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. It's time for bed. Rest your head. Go to sleep. My little green friend. Go to sleep. 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 Actually,
This is the best part right here.
I have one more thing I need to tell you. I don't know what the empire wants with someone so adorable. It's horrible. But don't you worry, I'll never stop protecting you. I will never hesitate to disintegrate anyone who tries to harm you. All I ask in return is please go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. My little green friend, go to sleep. Go to sleep. Go to sleep. Sleep tight, little buddy. Sweet dreams. Or whatever it is your people do in their sleep. No more music. We had a deal. We don't break deals around here. I need to sleep too. You're not the only one. I sleep like 15 minutes. Will you give me 15 minutes?
Oh, and that is Go to Sleep, Baby Yoda. And it is one of my favorite things in this or any other universe. And
Absolutely
I adore it.
glorious. I loved it.
It's one of my favorite things. Yes. Well, friends, that is Shakespeare's Coffee Break. We went very long today, but it was worth it and wonderful, wonderful guests, wonderful friends.
Thank you.
Cheers. We will all see each other again soon, especially tomorrow. Tomorrow, coming up on the show, I believe we have Longstocking of the Fiddle Tree joining me here on the show. And if she's not here, we're going to have a great time and figure out something else, because that's what we do. All right, friends. I love you. You love me. Mutual glorious affection. Cheers. Bye-bye now.
Skål. Mwah.